Okay, so today we'll talk about the history of purple, or rather, the significance of purple in history. Let's talk about Tyrian purple. Back in 1600 BC, there was a magical land called Tyre, now around the area where Lebanon is. And in this magical land, there was a magical shellfish that produced an even more magical dye. It required 250,000 shellfish to produce 1 ounce of this valuable purple dye. Because it was so hard to make and so hard to find, the purple dye was worth a large sum of money. Originally sold to Greece, this valuable dye soon spread throughout the Mediterranean. This breathtakingly rare dye drew the eyes of a very wealthy upper class, namely royalty. But it was the Romans specifically who were the true fanatics with purple. At the time, purple was literally worth more than gold, and it was forbidden in Rome for anyone other than the Caesar to wear it. Many countries, including Rome, had a purple standard rather than a gold one, meaning that all of the currency was backed by this very precious dye. Even later, kings and queens would be the exclusive bearers of royal purple, while peasants and farmers had to stick with boring gray and disgusting poo-poo brown. On this point, I must point out that King George III's poo-poo was actually not brown at times. He actually had a disease that made his poo-poo turn a wonderful, fantastical shade of purple. But that wasn't a good thing, because his purple poop also came with a purple pain in the butt and mental craziness, which wasn't helpful if you were trying to wage a war against rebellious colonists. The recipe for making this purple dye was lost to the world in 1453, the year that Constantinople fell, until it was found again in 1856 by a random French guy. Also in 1856, a man by the name of William H. Perkin was trying to find a vaccine for malaria when he came across a synthetic purple dye. This became widely popular, especially among the common folk who didn't have access to purple before, and this purple soon became a fashion thing, and so with this new fashionable purple, Mr. Perkin became a very wealthy man. And that, my friends, is how you do not solve malaria, but make a lot of money in the process. But with this cheaper synthetic dye, purple's role as a royal color soon diminished, lost forever into the folds of history.